Welcome back. This week, we're wrapping up our series honoring the 2017 regional winners of the Environmental Stewardship Award. All of these operations are dedicated to preserving and protecting their natural resources for future generations that will one day live and work on the land. Let's head to Kansas for a look at the winners from Region 7.
The Flint Hills region of the Tallgrass Prairie is home to Munson Angus Farms. The Munson family has been a fixture in this part of Kansas for almost 150 years.
You get west of Junction City and I think you find out that you're related to almost everybody. Mothers or fathers or someone along the grandfathers or grandmothers, that type of thing. But yes, we have been in the same location. My great-granddad started out just west of Junction City in 1869.
Chuck and Deanna Munson are the current owners, and counting their grandchildren, there have been 6 generations of Munson family members to live on and work this land. Today, Munson Angus is a thriving farm built on their pasture-to-plate business model.
I'd call us a diversified operation. We have both Angus cattle herd and a small farm feedlot and also a cropping operation for cattle feed and then also some cash crops.
You certainly learn to realize that quantity is not nearly as important as quality and doing it the right way. And that's always been, I think, the #1 philosophy of the Munson family and the product that's produced.
The Munsons believe that to raise top quality beef, you need the best cattle. Their registered Angus herd started in the 1920s, and the genetics from those original animals can still be found in the cattle grazing the land today.
And they go back to some of the original of Andy Schuler, who was a well known in the Angus business. That's how our herd got started. Now we're going almost up to 65 years now that we've had the Angus business.
We like to think now that our calves almost look like clones because of they're such genetic uniformity.
Over the years, the Munsons have worked with state and local agencies to improve the health of the land. They implemented a rotational grazing system to protect their valuable grass resources. On the crop side, the Munsons switched from conventional tillage to a no-till system to reduce erosion and improve soil health.
One of the main things we've done is went to no-till, and that's been a benefit both from less tillage needed and labor on that and expense on that part of it, and also it certainly helped conserve moisture.
One of the things that has always impressed me has been their care for the environment and the natural resources. They're always concerned as much about taking care of the resource as making a profit. If something was going to bring more profit, but at the expense of the natural resources and the environment, they wouldn't do it.
In 2006, the nearby Smoky Hill River was identified as an area of concern for erosion. Chuck worked to unite neighboring landowners along the river to apply for stream bank stabilization funding to help address this critical issue.
We were losing up to 5 acres of land a year to stream bank erosion along the river banks, and until this project was available and came along, why we didn't have much choice but just to watch the land kind of cave in the river.
Chuck was one of the first ones in the office to sign up. He helped us organize meetings to talk about these projects. They have a great love for the Flint Hills and for the work that they do here in it. That has always stood out in my mind as kind of an example for how people ought to conduct themselves, and it's been a great pleasure to work with them.
The difference was tremendous. I mean, we stopped the erosion, we stopped the eating of the riverbank, we stopped from losing trees, and the best part about it, we saved valuable farm ground that would have went right down into the river, which river bottom farm ground around here is very valuable, and we saved a lot of it by doing that.
The ranch's innovative pasture-to-plate philosophy has come full circle with the opening of Munson's Prime in Junction City. Their restaurant is a unique way for the family to not only serve prime beef, but also share their story with the public.
It was totally open with the concept of, I like to say, to showcase the Munson meat. That is definitely a part of it. And to help the world to understand what good livestock production is like, what agriculture of today is like, and just to educate to a great degree also.
You can even see the Munsons' love for the land in their own backyard. Deanna has an extensive garden that features many plants native to Kansas. The Munson family is a prime example of how a cattle operation can be managed in a sustainable way while still being profitable, thanks to hard work, innovation, and dedication.
There's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears involved in putting the place together and keeping it going, and it's an everyday job and it's going to continue to be.
We're not a fly-by-night type of business. We've been in the Angus business going on over 60 years, so we didn't come in yesterday and we're not going to be gone tomorrow.
The Munson family has always placed extremely high emphasis on the environmental and stewardship issues, not just from wanting to treat the world right, but that's what it takes to be successful doing the type of business that we attempt to do. I will be very surprised if Munson Angus Farms is not still here 50 years, 100 years from now.
Now, if you'd like to find out more about the Environmental Stewardship Award winners, see photos and videos from their operations, or even learn how to nominate someone for the award, visit environmentalstewardship.org.